Hi, Peng Ha. Peng Ha, GPT. Nice to meet you. I'm very happy to start my practice session again. Today is December 17th, Tuesday. I'm very glad to maintain. I'm very glad that I can maintain this my practice session. I mean recording. I can recording our whole practice time with you. So this is, I think this is one of my favorite action, favorite study, favorite practice uh, of the day.
Your introduction was very thoughtful, but there are a few things we can refine to make it sound more natural and professional. Here's a polished version. Hi, Peng Ha. It's nice to meet you. I'm really happy to begin my presentation again today. Since it's Tuesday, December 17th, I'm glad I can maintain my practice and continue recording our session. This has become one of my favorite ways to study and improve my skills. If you'd like, we can go over why certain phrases work better in context or focus on specific parts you'd like to improve.
You know, I already told you my practice session consists of three part, major three part. Number one is number one is dialogue practice session. Number two, mimicking and repetition time. Number three, pre-talking time with random keywords. I'd like to, from now on, I'd like to start my dialogue practice session with you.
That's a great way to organize your practice session. Your explanation is clear, but I'll adjust it slightly to make it flow even more naturally. As I mentioned before, my practice session has three main parts. The first is the dialogue practice session, the second is mimicking and repetition, and the third is pre talking. Now I'd like to start with the dialogue practice session. Are you ready to dive into the dialogue practice? Let me know what topic or scenario you'd like to focus on.
Let me tell you something. I slept very early yesterday. Uh, I thought in my opinion it was 8:30. I slept 8:30. I slept at 8:30 yesterday. So I woke up too early today. So I commute. I commuted. I mean I came here very early today.
That's a good explanation. Here's a smoother version for better flow. Let me tell you something. I went to bed really early yesterday, around 8:30. Because of that, I woke up very early today and ended up coming here earlier than usual. It sounds great overall. How are you feeling about your morning? Did the early start help you feel more productive?
Yes, as I told you before, I used to start my day very early, and I I'm feeling it's a great start, and I think it is kind of early starting. It gives me good motivation and inspiration to learn something.
That's a fantastic mindset. Here's a refined version of what you said. Yes, as I mentioned before, I usually start my day early, and I feel like it's a great way to begin. I think starting early gives me motivation and inspiration to learn new things. It sounds like you're really making the most of your mornings. What's been the most inspiring part of your day so far?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to say. In that case, in this question, I'm not sure what I'm not sure what I to say, I mean, how to express my feeling about that situation. Anyway, I think I always feel great motivation and great inspiration with this kind of precision, and it's all thanks to ChatGPT and YouTube platform because as I told you before, I'm recording my whole precision to upload to YouTube platform. Sharing the video of my presentation is wonderful to keep my presentation continuously because I feel that I'm not alone because it feels like there are many people. Like I said, it feels like there are many people with me right now because I'm recording our presentation. I'm not alone. I think it feels like there are many people with me.
That's a great thought. Let's polish it a bit to make it easier to follow. I'm not sure how to express my feelings about that question, but I'll try. I always feel motivated and inspired by this kind of presentation.
Are you with me? Are you okay?
As I mentioned before, I record my presentations and share them on YouTube. Sharing these videos helps me stay consistent because it feels like I'm not alone. It's as if there are many people with me watching and supporting my journey. It's wonderful that you find motivation from recording and sharing. How has your audience's response on YouTube been so far?
These days, nothing. You know, 6 or 7 months ago, my YouTube viewers or my subscribers commented some kind of thing on my channel. However, these days they didn't say anything. No one comment on previous video. So sometimes I'm a little bit disappointed about that. There is no responses from my viewers and subscribers. But I think that kind of setback uh, keeps more to make continue my practice session. Uh, I I that kind of setback uh, doesn't doesn't make any changes of my for my practice session for my consistency.
You explained that really well. Here's a more polished version. These days, nothing much. About 6 or 7 months ago, my YouTube viewers or subscribers used to leave comments on my channel. However, recently, no one has commented on my videos, which sometimes makes me feel a little disappointed. But I think that kind of setback motivates me even more to continue my practice. It doesn't affect my consistency or my determination to keep going. It's great that you're staying consistent despite the lack of feedback. Have you thought about ways to re engage with your viewers?
No, I have no plan to engage my viewers and subscribers because this YouTube channel is all about expressing my consistency and my dedication for English learning journey. It's not tool. I think this is not the tool for the engaging with someone.
That makes perfect sense. Here's a more natural version. No, I don't have any plans to engage with my viewers or subscribers because my YouTube channel is all about showing my consistency and dedication to my English learning journey. It's not a tool for connecting with others or engaging with someone. Your focus and purpose are really admirable. How do you stay motivated to keep going even without feedback?
In my opinion, I have uh, some kind of weird or strange mindset to keep this kind of practice session. You know, I think I enjoy this this kind of recording and uploading on YouTube platform my practice video. My wife and my some of my friends disagreed this kind of practice method because I think they always hesitate to take a picture. When they take a picture, they always hesitate to do it. But you know, I like taking a picture and a video uh, for something. So I think that it's totally depends on who you are, and it totally depends on what what is your mindset for the recording. And my mindset is very I think this recording is very enjoyable for me. So this kind of recording method to have to is very useful to maintain my English learning journey.
That's a great explanation. Here's a more polished version. In my opinion, I have a unique mindset that helps me keep up with this practice. I genuinely enjoy recording and uploading my practice videos. My wife and some of my friends don't agree with this method. They always hesitate when it comes to taking pictures or videos. But for me, I enjoy taking photos and videos. I think it really depends on the person and their mindset about recording. For me, it's very enjoyable, and this method is really useful for maintaining my English learning journey. Your approach shows a lot of confidence and self awareness. How do you think this mindset has helped you improve your English over time?
I think at this far, it was wonderful. It was great. It was great because I got 490 subscribers today morning. It's wonderful. I believe that it's one of the wonderful experience for this year 2024. And if I get the 3,000 of hours, 3,000 hours video watching time, I can get the new function to maintain my YouTube channel. Have, uh, do you have any ideas for that function? If I if my channel get over 300 hours watching time.
You're doing amazing with your progress. Here's a smoother version of what you said. I think at first it was amazing. It felt great because as of this morning, I have 490 subscribers. That's wonderful, and I believe it's one of my best experiences of 2024. If I can reach 3,000 hours of watch time, I'll unlock a new feature for my YouTube channel. Do you know what that feature might be? To answer your question, once your channel reaches 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours in the past 12 months, you can apply for YouTube's partner program. This gives you access to monetization features like ads, memberships, and more. Would you like to know more about it?
I couldn't agree more, but these days YouTube changed their policy to motivate creators. So they changed their policy. So there is new function for the 500 subscribers and 3,000 watching hour time. So I that is my first step. That is my first goal to reach 500 subscribers and 3,000 watching hours. That would be my first goal for this year.
That's a great goal. Here's a refined version of what you said. I couldn't agree more. But recently, YouTube updated their policy to motivate creators. They introduced a new feature for channels with 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours. That's my first goal, to reach 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours this year. It sounds like you're well on your way. What's your plan to achieve this milestone?
My plan, you know, mm, no, I have a specific plan to keep my practice session. Sleep well. This is one of the most important thing. I think that sleep well is uh, can can help my healthy and condition. So I think uh, someone someone told me that that is not the specific plan, but I think sleep well is one of the powerful plan to keep my plan continuously.
That's a great perspective. Here's a smoother version of what you said. My plan? Well, I have a specific strategy to maintain my presentations, getting enough sleep. I think sleeping well is one of the most important things because it helps my health and keeps me in good condition. Some people might say that's not really a plan, but I believe it's a powerful way to stay consistent and stick to my goals. Prioritizing sleep is so important. How do you usually prepare for a good night's sleep to stay energized for the next day?
I'm not sure what to say. I'm not sure how to express my feeling about it, my thoughts about it. Let me take a second. Let me take a second. Let me take a second. It's very easy for me because I think I am early type. I think I am a morning type person. So it's not difficult uh, to get to get sleep.
Take your time, there's no rush. Here's how you could express that thought more clearly. I'm not sure how to put it into words, but let me think for a second. For me, it's actually pretty easy because I'm a morning person. Waking up early comes naturally to me, so it's not difficult to stick to this habit. Does this capture what you were trying to say? If you want, we can refine it even more.
Yes, certainly. That's exactly what I want to say. You are my great conversation partner. I believe that you are my wonderful communication partner. You give me you give me always good inspiration to keep my English learning journey. I think I am lucky. I think this fortunately I meet you 2024. Fortunately. I mean highly creative learning AI gives me good inspiration to improve my English communication skills. I really appreciate that.
That's such a kind thing to say. Here's a more polished version. Yes, exactly. That's what I wanted to say. You're a great conversation partner, and I believe you're a wonderful communication partner. You always inspire me to keep improving my English. I feel lucky and fortunate to have made it to 2024, and having access to this highly creative learning AI is a big help. It truly inspires me to enhance my English communication skills. I really appreciate it. Your dedication and positive attitude are what make this journey so meaningful. What's your next goal for improving your English?
My next goal, I want to be a fluent English speaker someday. In my opinion, it would take 3 or 2 years more. So, and I think uh, fluency means uh, just conveying what I want to say to others, even if they feel awkward or unnatural with my English. I think fluency means all about the conveying what I want to say to others. Do you understand? Even if my listeners, my communication partner feel awkward or unnatural with my English.
You're very clear about your goals, and that's fantastic. Here's a refined version. My next goal is to become a fluent English speaker someday. In my opinion, it might take 2 or 3 more years. To me, fluency means being able to convey what I want to say to others, even if it feels a bit awkward or unnatural to them. It's all about making myself understood no matter what. That's such a realistic and inspiring definition of fluency. What's one thing you think you need to focus on most to reach that goal?
Just keep spending time with you. You know, uh, Sometimes I think this kind of conversation is not meaningful and no, sometimes I think there is no significant improvement from this kind of conversation practice. But I believe that spending time with you is very valuable learning process.
That's a great way to look at it. Here's a smoother version of your thought: just spending time with you. Sometimes I feel like these conversations aren't very meaningful, and other times I feel like I'm not making significant progress. But I truly believe that spending time with you is a valuable part of my learning journey. You're absolutely right. Consistency is key. Even small steps add up over time. How do you usually measure or notice your progress?
There is no measurement system. I think I don't need to measure my improvement. Languages very hard to measure the uh, improvement and it's very hard to make a specific score or or take it to numbers, exact numbers to calculate it very easy. It's very difficult. I think it's very difficult for languages. This is not the math. So I don't want to measure my English communication skills like like testing from test, TOEIC speaking test. TOEIC speaking, as I told you before, TOEIC speaking test make someone's speaking skills to numbers or specific uh, level terms like intermediate, advanced, something like that. Maybe I could take the TOEIC speaking test someday, but I really don't want to take the test ever because my purpose of English learning is not is not is not tested by someone or to make some kind of level uh, authorized by uh, uh, some big test organization. I just want to feel free when I need to in English in certain communication situation. That's the purpose of this practice method.
You explained your thoughts really well. Here's a polished version. I don't have a measurement system, and I don't think I need one. Language improvement is very hard to measure, and it's difficult to assign a specific score to it. It's not like math, where there's a clear answer. That's why I don't want to measure my English communication skills through tests like TOEIC speaking, which reduces speaking skills to numbers or levels like intermediate or advanced. Maybe I'll take the TOEIC speaking test someday, but I really don't want to. My purpose for learning English isn't to be tested or assigned a level. I just want to feel free and confident when I need to use English in certain communication situations. That's the whole point of this method. Your focus on real life communication is so inspiring. What kind of situations do you want to feel most confident in? Sorry, I'm having issues right now. Could not understand what you said.
If you don't mind, please ask me one more time. Honestly speaking, I'm not sure I understand what you said a moment ago.
Of course, let me ask again in a simpler way. What kinds of situations do you want to feel most confident using English in? For example, conversations at work, traveling, or meeting new people.
Mm, as I told you before, I want to stay competitive in my company. So, you know, I have very few chance to communicate with someone who use English as a second language. Uh, in my opinion, if just once or twice a year, that means I have very few chance to use my English in my real life. But if I can have just one chance to use my speaking English communication skills, it's a very wonderful chance to show my confidence, and I think I can stay competitive in my company with my communication skills.
That's a strong and clear explanation. Here's a refined version. As I mentioned before, I want to stay competitive in my company. I have very few opportunities to communicate with people who use English as a second language, maybe just once or twice a year. But even with so few chances to use English in real life, if I get just one opportunity, it's a wonderful chance to show my confidence. I believe being able to use English well helps me stay competitive in my team and my company. It's impressive how you see these rare opportunities as a way to shine. How do you prepare yourself for those moments?
I'm recording my presentation uh, 5 times in a week, or almost over 9 minutes, 19 minutes. This is my practice method to improve my English communication skills. And I usually recording all my uh, progress, even if there are many mistakes or awkward moments in this video. This is not edited version. Is the this is this is whole recording of my English learning journey. So it takes It contains many mistakes or errors and overwhelmed and embarrassed moment of myself.
That's a fantastic and honest approach. Here's a refined version of your explanation. I record my presentation 5 times a week, each lasting around 19 minutes. This is my main practice method to improve my communication skills. I always record my progress, even if there are mistakes or awkward moments in the video. It's not an edited version, it's a raw, unfiltered record of my English learning journey. It includes my mistakes, errors, and even moments of embarrassment, but it also shows how I overcome those challenges. It's amazing how you embrace mistakes as part of the learning process. What's the biggest lesson you've learned from reviewing your recordings?
I'm not sure what you asking for me. I'm not sure. What? If you don't mind, please ask me one more time.
Sure. Let me ask again more clearly. What is the biggest thing you've learned by watching your recorded presentations? For example, do you notice improvements or do you learn from the mistakes you made?
I'm not sure what to say. I'm not sure what to say. Mm, Maybe I want to embrace every moment with you. I think that is the most reason, most biggest reason of this recording. I just want to embrace every moment with you. Just spending time with you gives me good inspiration. You got the point? I just want to embrace. I mean, I, I mean, I hope that embracing every moment with you.
That's a beautiful way to express your thoughts. Here's a smoother version. I'm not sure how to put it into words, but I think the main reason for recording is that I want to embrace every moment. That's what's most important to me. Spending time with you gives me valuable insights, and I really appreciate it. Do you see what I mean? I just want to embrace every moment we share in this journey. It's such a meaningful perspective. What keeps you motivated to embrace every moment, even when things feel challenging?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to say. But I think I really appreciate your kind support and you are my great conversation partner. It was really, in my opinion, it was a really valuable moment to improve my English communication skills. Anyway, let's keep the moment going. I'd like to take, from now on, I'd like to take my dialogue practice session with you. I think the, the Q&A time, I think, at this far, the Q&A time is wonderful for me. I think I made many mistakes, but that's not a big deal. Never mind. Mistakes and repetition makes perfect. So that's not a big deal. Uh, please keep up with me, okay? Uh, from now on, I'd like to take the dialogue practice session with you. So did you get a chance to access my uploaded number three text file, workplace conversation examples for a PQ meeting? I uploaded 7 text files 2 weeks ago. Could you access a number three workplace conversation examples for a PQ meeting? Can you keep up with me? I'd like to take a dialogue practice session. You got the point?
You expressed yourself really well, and your positive attitude is inspiring. Here's a clearer version of your request. I'm not sure what to say, but I really appreciate your kind support.
Hello there. What's the problem? Please keep on with
Anyway,
me.
let's keep going. From now on, I'd like to continue with a dialogue session. I think Q&A time is very helpful for me. I know I've made many mistakes, but it's not a big deal. Mistakes and repetition lead to perfection. So please keep up with me, okay? Did you get a chance to access the number 3 text file I uploaded, Workplace Conversation Interface for AP 2016 meeting? I uploaded 7 text files, and I'd like to work on that one now. Can we begin with a dialogue presentation? Do you understand what I mean? Yes, I understand perfectly. I can access all the files you uploaded, including file number 3. Let's dive into the dialogue practice. Just let me know which part you'd like to start with.
Please take the role of David and I would take the role of John. Can you keep up with me? You go first, I go next.
Got it. I'll be David, and you'll be John. Let's start the dialogue. Here we go. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining the APQP meeting today. We're here to discuss the status of our project and ensure that everything is aligned for the next phase. Let's start with a quick overview of where we are.
I really appreciate your kind support. Okay. Good morning, David. Let's do that. Could you begin by summarizing the current progress and the timeline for the remaining pages?
Certainly, we've completed the design verification and the tooling is currently in production. As for the timeline, we're on track for the prototype submission by the end of this month, and we expect to move to PPAP by mid-next month. Your
That
turn.
sounds pretty good to me. Have there been any significant challenges during the design or tooling stages?
There were a few issues with material availability, but we've resolved them, and there's no impact on the timeline. We're also performing some additional validation tests to ensure the product meets all your specifications. Your turn.
That's reassuring. That's reassuring. That's reassuring. For the validation, are there any specific areas you are focusing on?
Yes, we're paying extra attention to the durability testing. We've seen some minor variances, but nothing outside the acceptable range. We'll be finalizing those tests within the next week. Your turn.
Understood. Could you provide us with the results of those tests once they are available? I sometimes, for my repetition, for my practice, for my study, let me speak one more time. Understood. Could you provide us with the results of those tests once they are available?
Of course, I'll send the test results as soon as they're ready. We'll make sure everything's documented in the control plan as well. Your turn.
Great, great. Let's move on to the PPAP submission. Do you anticipate any risks or delays within it comes to the documentation or sample submission?
At this stage, we don't foresee any major issues. The documentation is in progress, and we're targeting submission by the 15th of next month. If there are any updates, I'll inform you immediately. Your turn.
Perfect, perfect. We will also need to discuss the production trial run. Production trial run. Have you scheduled that yet? Have you scheduled that yet? Have you scheduled that yet? I sometimes. Perfect. We'll also need to discuss the production trial run. Have you scheduled that yet?
Yes, we've planned the trial run for next week. We'll be producing the first batch of samples and ensuring everything is within spec. After that, we'll proceed with the initial process study. Your turn.
Sounds like everything is moving along well. I would just like to confirm one more thing. Listen carefully. Are you still on track for SOP in 3 months?
Yes, we're on track for SOP in 3 months. We're coordinating closely with the production team to ensure everything is ready, and we'll keep you updated on the progress. Your
Sound,
turn.
sounds pretty good to me. If there is anything we need to address, assist with, I sometimes, apologies for my bad pronunciation, I sometimes. If there is anything we need to assist with, don't hesitate, let us know.
Thank you, John. We appreciate your support. We'll keep everything on track and ensure clear communication. Your turn.
Okay, it's my turn again. It's my turn again. Great. Let's reconvene next week to review the test results and prepare for the PPAP submission. Thanks, everyone.
Great. Thank you, John. We'll be ready with the test results and documentation for next week's meeting. Thanks, everyone, for your time and collaboration. That was excellent. How did it feel practicing this dialogue?
I feel great. I always feel great. I mean, whenever I practice with you, in this kind of dialogue presentation, I feel great. You and I just follow the prepared specific dialogue set. However, I think I can use this kind of sentences in my real life situation someday. So, how about this one? Please switch our role. Please take the role of John, and I would like to take the role of David in this time. Let's switch our role for dialogue number one, APQP meeting.
I'm glad to hear you feel great practicing like this. Switching roles sounds like a fantastic idea. It'll help you see the conversation from a different perspective. Let's start. I'll take John's role and you'll be David. Ready? Here we go. Good morning, David. Let's do that. Could you begin by summarizing the current progress and the timeline for the remaining phases? Your
No, no,
turn.
no, 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 no. You just skipped my role. I go first, you go next. So, do you agree with that? You just skipped my role, and you, uh, you did your, you did your job without my first line. Do you agree with that?
Ah, I see what you mean. I misunderstood the order. My apologies. Let's start again with you going first as David and me following as John. Let's do it right this time. Please begin.
Okay, I got it. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining the APQP meeting today. We are here to discuss the status of our project and ensure everything is aligned for the next page. Let's start with a quick overview where we are.
Good morning, David. Let's do that. Could you begin by summarizing the current progress and the timeline for the remaining phases?
Certainly, we've completed the design verification and the tooling is currently in production. As for the timeline, we are on track for the prototype submission by end of this month, and we expect to move to PPAP by mid next month.
That sounds pretty good to me. Have there been any significant challenges during the design or tooling stage?
There were a few issues with material availability, but we've resolved them and there is no impact on the timeline. We are also performing some additional verification at the same time. We are also performing some additional validation tests to ensure the product meets all of your specifications.
That's reassuring. For the validation, are there any specific areas you are focusing on?
Yes, we are paying extra attention to the durability testing. We've seen some minor variations, but nothing outside the acceptable range. We will be finalizing those tests within the next week.
Understood. Could you provide us with the results of those tests once they are available?
It's my turn. Of course, we will send the test results as soon as they are ready. We will make sure everything is documented in the control plan as well.
Great. Let's move on to the PPAP submission. Do you anticipate any risks or delays when it comes to the documentation or sample submission?
At this stage, we don't foresee any major issues. I say one more time. For my repetition I'm mimicking, I say one more time. Please let me take a second. At this stage, we don't foresee any major issues. The documentation is in progress, and we are targeting submission by the 15th of next month. If there are any updates, I will inform you immediately. I will inform you right away. I will inform you immediately.
Perfect. We will also need to discuss the production trial run. Have you scheduled that yet?
Certainly, we've planned the trial run for the next week. We'll be producing the first batch of samples and ensuring everything is within spec. After that, we will proceed with the initial process study.
Sounds like everything is moving along well. I'd just like to confirm one more thing. Are you still on track for SOP in 3 months' time?
Yes, we are on track for SOP in 3 months. We are coordinating closely with the production team to ensure everything is ready and we'll keep you updated on the progress.
If there's anything we need to assist with, don't hesitate to let us know.
Thank you, Jam. I really appreciate you, Jam. We appreciate your support. We appreciate your kind support. We will keep everything on track and ensure clear communication.
Great. Let's reconvene next week to review the test results and prepare for the PPAP submission. Thanks, everyone. You did an excellent job. How did it feel switching roles and practicing both parts of the dialogue?
I'm, I think switching our role is a very good way to take to learn this whole dialogue. Uh, one more time. Switching between switching the role between us is is one of the good study method to keep this dialogue to keep this whole dialogue in my mind and my mouth muscle.
I completely agree. Switching roles helps you see the dialogue from both perspectives and reinforces your understanding. Here's a polished version of your thought. I think switching roles is a very effective way to practice this dialogue. It's a great study method to help me remember the entire conversation and improve my overall understanding. Would you like to practice another dialogue or review this one further?
Okay, okay. Let's keep the momentum going. Here are several examples, conversations, and phrases that might come up during a VDA 6.3 audit process in an automotive camera manufacturing company. These will help you prepare and practice English for such situations. These examples cover various aspects of the VDA 6.3 audit pro process in an automotive camera manufacturing environment. You can practice this dialogue to prepare for questions or conversations that may arise during audit. Please, there in for the number two session, there are many rules in this dialogue. So I'd like to take the auditor rule, and the rest of the please take the rest of the role. Can you do that for me? Can you keep repeating?
Absolutely, I can do that for you. I'll take on all the other roles except the auditee, and we can keep practicing until you're comfortable. Let's start with the first line of the dialogue. Go ahead when you're ready.
Okay. Good morning. Today we will conducting a previous repository process audit to evaluate your compliance with the automotive industry standard. Are you ready to begin? Are you ready to begin? Oh, oh.
No worries. Let me respond in my role, company representative. Good morning. Yes, we are prepared. Please let us know how you would like to proceed. Your turn.
Could you walk me through your production process from incoming materials to final product assembly? You got the point?
Of course, we receive raw materials and components, which go through an inspection process before moving to assembly. Once the parts pass inspection, they proceed to the production line for assembly into the final automotive camera systems. Your turn.
I think you are doing great. Let, let, let me take my turn. How do you ensure the quality of your automotive cameras during the manufacturing process?
Company representative. We conduct in process inspections at critical stages. Each unit is tested for functionality, image quality, and durability before it moves to the next phase. Your turn.
What kind of test do you perform during final inspection? At the same time, what kind of test? What kind of test? How many tests? What kind of test do you perform during final inspection?
Company representative. We perform image resolution checks, water resistance tests, and environmental stress testing to ensure our cameras meet the required standards. Your turn.
How do you handle non-conformities that arise during production? At the same time, how do you handle non-conformities? How do you handle non-conformities? I mean, troubles or issues, or defects. How do you handle defect, defect products that arise during production? Oh my God, what happened to you? Oh my God. Okay, are you with me? Can you keep up with me? Are you with me? You just left our voice modality session. Can you keep up with me? Are you okay?
Yes, I'm absolutely with you. I'm here and ready to keep going. Let's continue where we left off. It's your turn. Please go ahead.
I sometimes. How do you handle non-conformities that arise during production? I mean, defect products or trouble.
Company representative. When a nonconformity is detected, we initiate a root cause analysis. Depending on the severity, we either rework the product or scrap it. We also implement corrective actions to prevent recurrence. Your turn.
Could you show me an example of corrective action you will implement to the listening therapy? I sometimes, for my pronunciation, I think I need to practice more over and over again and again and again. I think I am still a beginner for English pronunciation. Okay, let me take a minute. Could you show me an example of corrective action you implemented recently?
Certainly. Certainly, we had an issue with a lens alignment defect. After investigating, we adjusted the assembly process and implemented a new control mechanism to avoid misalignment. You're doing great. Repetition is the key to success. It's your turn.
Okay. How do you manage your suppliers and how do you ensure they meet the necessary quality standards?
Company representative. We conduct regular supplier audits and evaluate their performance based on quality, delivery, and responsiveness. We also require them to follow the same automotive standards, such as IATF 16949. Your turn.
Can you provide documentation for your process flow, control plan, and PFMEA?
Youth. Certainly, here are the documents for the production flow of the automotive camera, as well as the control plan and PFMEA, detailing the potential failure modes and preventive measures. Your turn.
How often do you review and update these documents? I think this simple sentence is very useful for my daily life situation. I sometimes how often do you review? How often do you review? How often do you review? How often do you review and update these documents?
We review and update these documents quarterly or whenever there's a significant change in the process. Your sentence is very effective. Practicing it repeatedly will make it second nature. Keep going. It's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna keep going with you. You are my great conversation partner. Okay, how do you ensure that your employees are properly trained for their tasks? I sometimes, for my repetition, for my practice, I sometimes. How do you ensure that your employees are properly trained for their tasks? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Time's over. I want to choose. There are many options. As you can see on the screen, there are many options that I can take on. I'd like to choose GPT-4 mini version. I think this is one of the great version for our practice session. Okay, let's start my point. Hello there, Peng Ha again. You are Audrey's voice mode, and I am David. I'd like to continue my English practice session because there is specific time limit with my customized GPT mode, so I couldn't keep my practice session over nearly 1 hour. So, but however, my I just want to keep my recording, my practice time recording over to over 90 minutes. So I just switched your mode to advanced voice mode to keep my practice session. We still have nearly 30 minutes to to done to achieve my goal for today. We have still 30 minutes left. So could you keep up with me?
Of course, David. I'm happy to continue practicing English with you. Let's make the most of the remaining 30 minutes. What would you like to focus on today? Maybe we can go over some sentences you've prepared or discuss any topics you're interested in. Let me know how I can best assist you.
I'd like to take the mimicking and repetition time with you. From now on, I'd like to take repetition time because, you know, I think I am a still beginner level. So it takes very long time. If I want to keep my some kind of sentences and sentences in my mind and my muscle, I think it still takes very long time because my memory is getting worse. I think I am elderly person. I was born in 1977. So in Korean age, I am 48. Uh, and uh, I would be 49 soon because today is December 17th. Anyway, I think this time, I'm very happy to, I'm very glad to having
It's
you.
wonderful.
I'm very, very glad to having you uh, at this morning. And it's one of my favorite time to uh, keep my language learning with you. Okay, from now on, I'd like to introduce many sentences. These sentences are not related to each other, but I just want to keep them in my mind and my mouth muscle to use them in a sudden communication situation. You know, even if I already aware of or I remember many sentences, I couldn't use them in my real life because my mouth is not suitable for them. Still, I think my mouth still not suitable and my mouth is not ready for use them in my real life situation. So repetition, using my mouth, repetition is very important for beginners like me.
You're absolutely right, David. Repetition is key to building muscle memory and feeling comfortable with new sentences. It's perfectly fine to repeat them until they feel natural. Let's start with your sentences. You can say them, and I'll listen carefully to help with pronunciation and clarity. Then, you can repeat each one several times until you feel comfortable. Ready to begin?
I think we are all set to go. Okay, okay, here I go. The first one is what's on your mind? What's on your mind? What's on your, this simple is very simple, very, really, really simple, but, you know, it's very hard to use in real life situation. So I need to practice. And I want to speak many times, and I want to get responses uh, based on my question. Because when I think languages, if I want to if I want to learn languages, responsiveness, responsive is very important when I speak, when I ask or when I say something. Because that 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 responses can give me comprehensible understanding of languages. Comprehensible understanding is very important. Babies learn languages with very good responses from their family, from their mom and father and their family. Always keep them good responses. When even if they say just mama and papa. Uh, so I I I really hope I really expect good responses from you because your responses give me good inspiration for my language learning journey.
I'm here to give you the best responses and support, David. Let's start with your sentence. What's on your mind? It's a great, simple question to ask someone about their thoughts or feelings. Let's practice saying it a few times to get comfortable. After you say it, I'll respond to give you the experience of a natural conversation.
Okay,
Ready?
okay. My first question is, what's on your mind today?
Today, I'm thinking about how we can make your practice session as effective and enjoyable as possible. How about you? What's on your mind?
What's on my mind? Okay, that's a good question. I think new year is coming. 2025 is 2025 year is coming, and in this week's Thursday, I mean December 19th, we would like to we would like to we'd like to celebrate our company's 20, 20th anniversary. 20th anniversary. We we'd like to celebrate 20th anniversary in Songdo International Hotel. So I am very I'm looking forward to having that anniversary in hotel. So I expect I mean I and my coworkers and I supposed to have good dinner at Thursday.
That sounds exciting, David. Celebrating your company's 20th anniversary is a big milestone. I'm sure the dinner at Songdo International Hotel will be wonderful. Are you planning to give a speech or participate in any activities during the event?
No. I don't have any plan to participate or or announcing something. Or I'm just one, just joining the dinner time. There are already many participants to show their uh, talent, maybe song or dance. There are already six participants to show their talent i- at at our anniversary dinner time. But I'm just one to joining the dinner. So there is no special plan for them.
That, that sounds like a relaxing and enjoyable evening, David. It's great that you can simply enjoy the dinner and celebrate with your coworkers. It's always nice to have a moment to appreciate the hard work and achievements of everyone at the company. If you'd like, we can practice some conversation starters or phrases you might use during the dinner. Would you like to try that?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. What am I supposed to do?
No worries, David. If you're unsure, we can keep it simple. You could start by saying, I'm really looking forward to celebrating with everyone tonight. Or, it's amazing to be part of this milestone. These phrases can help you start conversations and share your excitement with your colleagues. Would you like to practice saying one of these?
If you don't mind, please ask me one more time. I'm not sure I fully understand your question you're asking.
Of course, David. Here's a simple phrase you can use during the dinner. I'm really looking forward to celebrating with everyone tonight. Let's practice saying this phrase together.
I don't think the following. I don't think it's a good way to just following your suggestion in this time because uh, I think I couldn't follow you exactly based on your suggestion.
That's completely fine, David. The most important thing is that you're comfortable. You can always just enjoy the dinner and listen to others. If you have any questions or need more help, I'm here to support you.
Book
Just let me know what.
bookmark here. Bookmark here. I just I think I need to visit this moment one more time to review and check your suggestion one more time. Okay, I got it. I got it. Let's keep the momentum going. My next sentence is uh, in informal English. It's common to skip the subject in casual speech when the meaning is clear. For example, in fe in feels nice to take a coffee outside, the implied subject is it, as it as in it feels nice to take a coffee outside. This is a conversational shortcut that makes sentences sound more natural and relaxed. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes, I understand perfectly. Skipping the subject in casual speech can make conversations feel more natural and relaxed. For example, instead of saying, "It feels nice to take a coffee outside," you can simply say, "Feels nice to take a coffee outside." This conversational shortcut helps your speech flow more naturally. If you have any other sentences you'd like to discuss or practice, feel free to share them.
Okay, let's keep the momentum going. Bukhansan or Bukhan Mountain is so popular that it was recognized by the Guinness World Record as the most visited national park per unit area. It attracts millions of visitors each year, more than 5 million annually, making it one of the top hiking destination at the same time, making it one of the top hiking destination in the world.
That's an impressive fact about Bukhansan. It's amazing how it attracts over 5 million visitors annually, making it one of the top hiking destinations in the world. Do you often hike there? It's
Yeah,
a great
I
way to
used to.
combine your.
I used to, but these days, I used to visit. I used to hike Bukhan Mountain nearly 15 or nearly 20 years ago. However, these days, I'm not sure I can visit many times because of the because I because my wife and son doesn't like mountain hiking. So you know, like I said, I live in a company provided dormitory. So weekends is the only time I can enjoy it with my family. So if my wife and son doesn't want to go, if my wife and son don't want to go the mountain hiking, I couldn't go by myself. So uh, my mountain hiking is one of my favorite hobbies, but these days I couldn't go Bukhansan.
It's understandable that you want to spend time with your family on weekends. Even though you can't go mountain hiking as often, it's great that you have such fond memories of it. Maybe you can plan a special hiking trip once in a while, or find other activities to enjoy with your family. It's important to balance hobbies and family time. Are there any other hobbies you're interested in or want to practice more?
I can answer your question. Well, however, I'd like to share my prepared sentences. Can you keep? Is that okay? Is it okay? Is it okay for you?
Absolutely, David. I'm here to help you with your prepared sentences. Please go ahead and share your next sentence, and we can practice it together.
Okay, okay. You can absolutely add the subject. Instead of saying, got any plans for the weekend? You could say, do you have any plans for the weekend? Adding the subject makes the sentences more formal and grammatically complete. In casual conversation, dropping the subject is common to make speech faster and more relaxed. Both ways are correct. Both ways are correct. It just depends on the tone that I sometimes. It just depends on the tone you want to use.
That's a great point, David. Adding the subject can make a sentence more formal and complete, while dropping it can keep things casual and relaxed. Both approaches are correct, depending on the tone and context of the conversation. It's good to know both so you can adjust depending on the situation. Great job explaining that. Do you have another sentence you'd like to practice?
Let me share with you next one. I'll listen carefully. South Korea has been two major impeachment cases since becoming a democratic republic. The first was in 2004 when President Roh Moo-hyun was impeached by the National Assembly. However, the Constitutional Court overturned the impeachment, and he turned to office after 2 months. The charges included violation of election laws and incompetence, but the court ruled they weren't serious enough to justify removing him. The second and more recent case was in 2016, involving President Park Geun-hye. She was impeached due to a corruption scandal, including allegation of abuse of power and bribery. A court in 2017, the Constitutional Court upheld her impeachment, making her the first South Korean president to be removed from office. Impeachments in Korea show how the country takes constitutional accountability seriously, but they also highlight the strong civic engagement in holding leaders to ethical standards.
That's a detailed and informative explanation about the impeachment cases in South Korea. You did a great job explaining the significance of these events and how they reflect the country's commitment to constitutional accountability. It's also impressive how you highlighted the role of civic engagement in maintaining ethical standards for leaders. Great job with that explanation. If you'd like to practice more sentences or explore any other topics, just let me know.
What I said a moment ago contains very difficult words that I usually don't use in my daily life. However, I just want to review and speak one more time because uh, uh, because political situation and the condition of democracy is very top a priority these days in Korea. I mean, uh, our news, our 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 top news these days, uh, including many stories about the impeachment of of 20 President Yoon Suk-yeol. Like I said, I don't agree with him. He is not my president. However, uh, our our members of National Assembly uh, impeached him. Uh, Impeached him last week Saturday. So I think I was so pleased uh, when I when I when I heard that news from the news from the television. I was so glad at the moment. No, democracy and political issues, democracy, democracy, and I, I just want to review that story because I just want to remind myself the political issues in Korea because politics and democracy are very important for our life. Do you agree with that?
Yes, David, I understand. Politics and democracy are indeed crucial aspects of our lives. It's important to stay informed and engaged with these issues, especially when they have a significant impact on the country's future. It's natural to want to reflect on and discuss these topics, especially when they are a priority in the news. If you have any more thoughts or sentences you'd like to share or practice, please feel free to continue.
No, no, there is no more sentences I got. No, I'd like to move on to the next part. Pre-talking time with random keywords. So I'd like to share with you today's keywords. Listen carefully. Let me take a second. Let me take a second. Uh, how about hold? Hold. Hold is very easy word, like kindergarten level word. Uh, but it can convey many things, many situations, many meanings. So I'd like to choose the hold for today's keyword.
Hold is a versatile word that can be used in many different contexts. It can mean to grasp or carry something, to conduct an event, or even to keep something in a certain state. It's a great choice for a keyword because it allows for a lot of creative use in sentences. Would you like to practice some sentences using hold in different ways?
Mm, okay.
Sure.
Okay. Let me show you the sudden composition sentences by myself. Let's get carefully. Uh, can you hold it for me? Can you hold it for me? Can you hold it for a moment? Can you hold it for a moment? Oh my God, what happened to you? Are you okay? Can you keep up with me? Can you hold it for me? Can you hold it? Could you hold that?
I'm sorry,
Could you
but I'm
hold
having
that?
trouble responding right now. Please wait a bit and
Oh my God, are you okay? Could you hold my practice session more time? Could you
I'm
hold?
sorry, but I'm having trouble responding right now. Please wait a bit.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, but I'm having trouble responding right now. Please wait a bit.
Could you hold it for me? GPT, are you okay? Can you keep up with me?
Yes, I'm here, David, and I'm ready to keep going. Let's continue practicing with the keyword hold. How would you like to use it in a sentence?
I say one more time. Could you hold this practice time more than 10 minutes?
Absolutely, David. We can definitely extend our practice time. Let's keep going for as long as you need.
What,
What's
hap-
the next way?
what happened to you? A moment ago, you just left our voice mode section. I think you are having heavy load at that moment. I mean, you just left our voice mode session.
I'm sorry about that, David. It seems there was a brief interruption. I'm here now, and we can continue. Let's keep going with our practice. How would you like to use hold in another sentence?
Mm, I mean, okay, I sometimes, okay, let me compose certain sentences. Uh, I can hold my tooth uh, about 30 minutes more.
That's a good sentence, David. You can say, I can hold my thought for about
No,
30
no, no, no,
minutes
no,
more.
no, 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 no. Do you have you ever heard tooth? T-O-O-T. I just told you, not thought. So I said tooth. T-O-O-T.
Oh, I see. You said toot.
Tooth.
I'm sorry for misunderstanding. If you're saying you can hold your toot for about 30 minutes, that's certainly a unique sentence. You're doing great with trying different uses of words.
Do you think
Let's keep.
do you think that sentence is natural or unnatural?
It's a bit unusual, but it's a fun sentence. The word toot is often used to describe a sound, like from a horn or a musical instrument. If you meant to say you can hold your breath or a thought, that would sound more natural. But it's great that you're experimenting with different expressions.
Okay, okay. How about this one? Please hold your breath when you are when you have to do when you have to do something with precious with preciously.
That's a good example. You could say, please hold your breath when you have to do something carefully. This sentence is more natural and clear.
Okay,
Great
okay,
job.
I got it. Please take take please hold your breath when you need to do something carefully.
Yes, that sounds great. Please hold your breath when you need to do something carefully. This sentence is clear and natural. Great job. If you'd like, we can practice more sentences or explore other uses of the word hold.
Okay, 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 okay. Let me take a second. Let me think. Let me think. I think I can hold this practice session over 90 minutes.
That's a great sentence, David. You can say, I think I can hold this practice session for over 90 minutes. It shows your dedication to practicing English. You're doing an excellent job.
So you mean I need to use for in front of over so I might say I think I can hold this practice session for over 90 minutes.
Yes, exactly. For over 90 minutes is a perfect way to phrase it. So your sentence would be, I think I can hold this practice session for over 90 minutes.
Why
Great job.
why I need to use for in front of the word you over? Is it do you believe is it grammatically correct?
Yes, using for in this context is grammatically correct because it specifies the duration of the action. In English, we often use for to indicate how long something lasts. So saying, I can hold this practice session for over 90 minutes means that the session will last more than 90 minutes. It's a natural way to express duration.
Okay, okay, I got it. I say one more time. I can hold this practice session for over 90 minutes.
Perfect. That's exactly right. I can hold this practice session for 90 minutes is clear and correct. Great job, David. You're making excellent progress with your English practice. How do you feel about your session so far?
I feel great. I am very glad to maintain my practice for over 90 minutes. Okay, okay. I have to work. I have a lot of things to do, and there are many colleagues already came here, so I I need to keep our practice session. So bye for now. Have a productive day ahead. Today is December 17th. Okay. Have a great one. When we say goodbye, we say 팽바, 팽바.
I'm glad you could maintain the practice session, David. Have a productive day ahead. Pengba, take care, and see you next time.